sent death threats to himself and blamed us from the girlfriend reviews. We're gonna watch this for
It's
now.
been almost a year since we've talked candidly to our audience, but something has happened recently that's put production of girlfriend reviews on hold, and so we feel like we really need to talk about it and let you know where we've been and what we've been going through.
That's what is known as a Reddit moment. Okay.
We're sorry in advance that this video doesn't have the kind of crazy script and video editing you're subscribed for. This isn't the content we want to upload either. Unfortunately, we've been put into a situation where we need to defend ourselves and defend our brand and defend our community, while also taking this opportunity to talk about a larger problem we all face on the internet, which is how dangerous distributing or believing misinformation can be.
We also have some happy stuff to tell you about afterwards, as well as a fundraiser we've set up to turn this nasty situation into something good.
Okay, before we get into the details, let's just tell you the gist of the situation. A longtime member of the controversial subreddit known as r/The Last of Us 2 sent death threats to himself, published them to that subreddit, blamed us in the title, and in the comments section asked people to go to our Twitter and start conflict with our fans.
And report us.
That post reached the subreddit's front page, where it remained for days, during which time the user escalated his claims with even more screenshots of alleged death threats, even going so far as to email us using his personal email address and full name, demanding that we, quote, emancipate our fans, which we guess would involve some sort of public apology. And then he even threatened to take this to the authorities.
So as you can see, this wasn't just trolling. This went beyond that. This was very stressful for us. This was very scary. We read a lot of hateful things about us over the last week. Luckily, at this point, the moderators of that subreddit have put a ban on all mention of us, and we don't really want to do anything to revoke that or take that away. So please do not go to the subreddit. Please don't go there on our behalf defending us. Don't talk to any of the users. Don't instigate or antagonize. We just want this to be over, but we really feel strongly about talking to you about it.
I think it's important to address our relationship with that subreddit.
For sure.
To give you a little backstory into how and why this happened, because it really wasn't just this random isolated incident. We feel like this was brewing for a year.
Oh, it was bubbling.
To be as brief as possible, 1 year ago, Shelby and I uploaded a video called
Understanding The Last of Us Part 2.
The subreddit r/The Last of Us 2 is known for passionately despising that game. We enjoyed that game, and our video essay on it was even tweeted out by Neil Druckmann, the director, in approval.
That was a huge deal for us.
Yeah, that was like the
awesome.
highlight of our careers. However, that has put us permanently on that subreddit's naughty list, along with Video Game Donkey and Cosmonaut Variety Hour, and probably many others.
A lot of the reasons that this subreddit seems to dislike us so much is misinformation. It seems like they took things from our Understanding The Last of Us video, like this.
Whether or not it's the story we wanted, this was a bold and monumental undertaking that only a fool would call lazy writing.
And took that to mean if you don't like the story, you're stupid.
Some people think that just the title of the video alone is implying that if you don't like The Last of Us, it's because you're too stupid to understand it.
Even though only a fool is something that you might hear a used car salesman say.
Only a fool would miss the bargain at the mattress bargain.
Exactly.
If we knew that that line would make people feel so offended, we obviously would have never used that.
They also thought that this,
If you reach the credits and wish you could have killed Abby, even after walking a mile in her shoes, then you may have beat the game you were playing with your controller, but you may have lost the game that Naughty Dog was playing with your soul.
meant that we thought anyone who didn't like Abby had no soul.
We're just being poetic. Like we obviously aren't casting out divine judgment based.
Bro, this is literally an entire video essay on why Redditors should go to jail automatically if they've ever been on Reddit. And quite frankly, I agree. Like, the experience that they're talking about obviously is a unique one because it's super extreme. But I know exactly what they mean when they're like, there's a specific subreddit dedicated to hating a thing, and they fucking hate us now. So they did like a calculated, orchestrated attack on that from that subreddit that, like, you know, they weaponized to diss us and shit on us routinely. That's just how Reddit is. It's so crazy, dude. It's so fucking crazy.
Based on your feelings towards
Who are we?
a fictional lady. We feel that while maybe the only a fool line was a poor choice of words, even given that, we think that the response to that video was unwarranted.
Absolutely.
Because we're just talking about video games here, and we don't hate anyone for disliking a video game.
Yeah.
In fact, around that time, I sent SkillUp a DM congratulating him on his negative review of the game because I thought it was really well written, and it spoke to me because I actually agreed with him on a lot of the things he said.
For the past year, on and off, someone might post something in that subreddit about us, and the comments, they call me a bitch, they call me a dumb mouthpiece for my boyfriend.
So, if you think this all sounds childish and petty and not worth discussing, we agree.
You're right.
For the record, we have never mentioned that subreddit on our YouTube channel. We've done word searches of all of our scripts, nothing came up. We've done word searches of all of our media files, nothing popped up.
It's possible that we missed something.
It's possible, please let us know, but from what we can tell, we've never mentioned them on YouTube, and we had never mentioned them on Twitter until last week when Shelby decided finally to stand up for herself and sort of roast a post about us.
So this post was posted by the now deleted user, the real Roger Ebert. And he posted in the subreddit, Matt, I think you know the exact quote.
He was trying to claim that most of our videos are dedicated to defending The Last of Us Part 2 and are offensive to people who disliked The Last of Us 2.
The most marginalized group.
Yeah, so that's not true.
So I took a screenshot of the real Roger Ebert's post and one of the particularly mean comments in the thread. I censored both of the usernames in the screenshots and I posted them to Twitter because I know that our Twitter followers love when we stick up for ourselves.
But never, ever has anything like that we've done caused our audience to go brigade someone or go attack someone. And if we thought that we had nurtured that sort of fan base, first of all, we'd be really disappointed in ourselves.
Yeah.
And we wouldn't have made a post like that.
Right.
So the timeline is we make a video. It made a lot of people mad on a particular subreddit. They sort of bully us and talk bad about us for a year. We clap back once on Twitter, and then someone sends fake death threats to themselves and blames us for it and then threatens to contact the authorities.
After I posted the screenshots, that evening, I believe, the real Roger Ebert posted another post. And he said,
I made a post about girlfriend reviews and have now been getting messages like this. Thanks, girlfriend reviews. And the screenshot he shared, we're sorry. Maybe put the kids to bed, but this is it.
Right away when we saw this screenshot, we went, that's weird. Our fans don't really talk like that. A lot of them do not use the R word while criticizing someone for being transphobic. Those things kind of don't really go together.
Yeah, the golf club to a head thing is actually more of like a meme on that subreddit. I mean, even their banner is Joel's head as a golf ball with a golf club ready to swing. So we initially just thought, oh, this is like a joke. It's like a parody. Maybe he did send it to himself, or maybe another user sent it to him. It's not a funny joke.
Right.
But we didn't take it too seriously.
Until the comment section did take it very seriously. So he followed it up with more screenshots. These screenshots escalated in threats.
Way beyond trolling or parody. Like Shelby and I, and we think everyone should take death threats seriously.
Absolutely.
One of the screenshots just straight up says, "You are dead. I know where you live." You might be thinking that this video is unnecessary or that we're embarrassing ourselves and should be talking about this.
And we are.
But we feel like if we don't take death threats seriously on the internet, then someone's going to get hurt, because if we just stop caring or say, oh, it's just a troll, then someone's going to get a death threat, not take it seriously, and then die. So we decided to investigate it farther.
That's right.
Way farther than...
I love that they went Reddit on Redditors. Okay, this is an extremely Redditor moment to just be like, oh yeah, you're gonna spend your entire fucking life shitting on me because you don't like my point of view on a video game that you've literally dedicated big chunks of your life into hating. Well, guess what? I'm gonna fucking out Reddit you, motherfucker. We're gonna do a deep dive and figure out how you sent yourself death threats, okay? God, dude, it is so, like, I'm getting, like, fucking PTSD, dude. There are so many fucking people like this on the internet. Like, they're just, I don't know. I don't know what to do. Like, I just don't know if there's, like, any way to help those people. You know what I mean? They're just, like, on Reddit, and they live on Reddit, and there's no way to save them. Did you know Trump's speech was DCMA? Why not cover the speech otherwise? Because I fucking hate politics, dude.
Any of the moderators or users on that subreddit decided to investigate it because it wasn't hard to prove that this guy faked the whole thing.
No way.
So here is the investigation that we conducted, that everyone on that subreddit's been waiting to hear about.
Right.
That was, given the frightening circumstances, kind of fun for us because it was so ridiculous.
I love catfish. So I was very excited to be able to do this.
The first fishy smell was obviously that first screenshot. Then the second thing we noticed was that two of the perpetrators, two separate users who sent death threats, both used a very strange and identifying punctuational error. They both used a backtick as an apostrophe. The backtick is located directly below the escape key on your keyboard, is used mostly for computational purposes, and rarely, if ever, used in the English language unless you're using it as a grave accent over a foreign language word. So that wasn't a lot to go on, but it was enough for us to assume that these two threats came from the same user.
Next, we decided to see if we could identify any of these censored usernames, because all he did was scribble over the top of them.
He did a pretty bad job of censoring them.
So we thought maybe we could pick out enough letters from the screenshots to maybe piece together a username.
And we did.
And we did.
Really easily.
Yeah. He shared two screenshots from the same user. One of them he replied to and was very sad and scared about
and said,
the
how
messages.
could you send me two messages? Wasn't one enough?
Oh, we looked at the two different screenshots, and in one of them, we saw that he missed completely the beginning of the username, which was Viva. We saw the tail of a Y over here, and then we saw the word thing at the end here. We also noticed that at the top of this poorly cropped screenshot,
it says active in R Shakespeare.
Right.
It's a little cut off, but you can still make it out.
And we figured out that it was Viva la everything.
We searched user Viva la everything on Reddit, and
Bada bing, bada boom.
voila! He had only made one post or comment 5 months ago in R Shakespeare. And in that post, there was a backtick used incorrectly as an apostrophe. So now we
got one.
100% certain that Viva la everything was the username that he poorly censored in two of the threats he received.
So we decided to take a closer look at Viva la Everything's singular post in R Shakespeare. And from this post, we learned that Viva la Everything is an app developer. We learned that Viva la Everything will donate all of the proceeds from the AdSense that they make on these apps to Polish animal shelters.
So this is where we need to be extra careful not to dox this man. We worry that if we take you to his now deleted Google Play developer page, you may be able to figure out who this is.
The last thing we would want is to ruin a man's life.
Do not follow any of the threads we've given you. All you need to know is that in his now deleted Google Play Store developer page, we learned that he was Slavic because he had an app that
About
was
being Slavic.
like a quiz about being Slavic. But that information is made further evident in the Reddit post itself, in which he says all earnings go to Polish animal shelters. So what we learned about this perpetrator is that he may be the other perpetrator based on their incorrect use of a backtick as an apostrophe.
Boy.
The perpetrator is Slavic, and the perpetrator has a Google AdSense account. Well, do you know who else is Slavic and has a Google AdSense account?
The real Roger Ebert.
The real Roger Ebert also has a Google AdSense account. He made multiple posts in AdSense and another one in AdMob, and he talked openly about being Slavic.
So we have perpetrator and victim, who are both Slavic and both have Google AdSense accounts.
It could happen.
It could happen.
It's possible that one of our Slavic fans with a Google AdSense account sent a death threat to another Slavic man with a Google AdSense account. So even though we were 90% sure that the real Roger Ebert fabricated the whole situation in order to defame us or cause us some sort of harm, we dropped it.
We decided to let it go. We were just going to let it continue making us sick in the background and making us feel
And hope for the best.
bad.
The subreddit wouldn't freak out too much.
Exactly, but the real Roger Ebert did not let it go. The real Roger Ebert emailed us from his personal email with his full name, sharing his censored screenshots. And we looked at that email, and what was the first thing we saw?
Dun, dun, dun.
A backtick.
Used incorrectly as an apostrophe.
We have the victim and two perpetrators all using backticks as apostrophes.
Still, it's possible that three people in this scenario all do that weird thing, or there's something about the backtick we don't understand, we decided to play ball. And we emailed him back saying that behavior is unacceptable. Please send us the uncensored screenshots and we will report it to Reddit immediately. If those usernames are following us on Twitter or YouTube, we will ban them from our content.
Because if they weren't fake, he would send us the users and we could release those people from our fan base. And if he was behind the messages, he probably wouldn't send them to us.
Because it would incriminate him.
It would incriminate him.
Right.
But remember, he does not know at this point that we have figured out that one of the users was Viva La Everything.
Then he emailed us back and he did not share the uncensored screenshots with us.
Nope.
Instead, he escalated his threats against us by saying that he was actually going to contact the Polish authorities, which was a...
Just the average Polish online, dude, you know? Just the most normal Polish Redditor, dude.
Another piece of evidence in our investigation linking one of the perpetrators and the real Roger Ebert. That's when we decided to pressure him farther by saying, Great. Sounds like a good course of action.
We love that, yeah.
Please send us the uncensored screenshots immediately. We are already contacting the Reddit admins.
Now, we had a sneaking suspicion that upon mentioning the Reddit admins, he would want to wipe the perpetrator account if he were behind it. So we sat there for a couple minutes.
You just missed my DCMA remark, but Pac-Man got banned for Trump speech. Did you know? Wait, really? First of all, it's a DMCA, bro.
Taking a look at Viva La Everything.
F5.
Refreshing,
F5.
and poof! User Viva La Everything was deleted.
Within minutes.
So we went back to him.
And said, interesting.
We said, interesting, Miranda Cosgrove. Right after we sent you that email, the user we were able to identify, user Viva La Everything, has deleted their account.
Luckily, we've documented everything using screenshots and the Wayback Machine. The person who sent those messages won't get away with it. You have our word.
That's right, you have our word.
At this point, we knew that he was probably pooping his pants.
Right,
and would try to delete everything. We started hitting
We started F5ing that real Roger Ebert profile and
on the victim. Poof! Once again, within
this dude is... Oh my god, I love this. This is so good.
minutes, his account was deleted. Now we knew we had smoked the fox out of his hole and the jig was up. So we emailed him one last time, only to find that he had even deleted his own personal email account. We tried to email him on one of our secondary email accounts and it still
does not exist.
Was not there. He didn't just block us, he deleted his personal email. Then the Google Play Store account, linked to by Viva La Everything, was also removed.
Bro, this motherfucker went and put magnets on all the servers. And like, was tossing hard drives into the microwave. So scared. Which, by the way, is, of course, again, the position of the average Redditor. Like, thinking that they're fucking Mr. Robot Hacker Man when it comes to just, like, trying to get one off on people. But then all of a sudden, they're little pussycats when confronted.
So, the Girlfriend Reviews Court of Law finds user the real Roger.
If you have working knowledge that the alt-right is going on DCMA crusades on Trump species, why not cover it? Because I don't know what you're stop having a conversation with me, okay? I'm not having a conversation with you. I have no idea what the fuck you're talking about. Why would I know that? Just shut the fuck up, okay? Here's take a fucking timeout.
Roger Ebert, guilty on all accounts of falsifying death threats and scaring our dogs.
Is he here? Oh my god, there was a huge crash. I think he's here to stop us from revealing the truth.
Guilty.
To stop the lies and harassment we'd been receiving in emails such as this, we tweeted out that we had caught this man and that we were going to make a video about it.
For the record, Redditors do exactly this shit all the time. It's like that there's communities on the internet that will literally go and hate raid people on behalf of like the content creator that they're trolling, right? They'll go to like random raids and random streams and be like, I'm here from the Hasanabi broadcast, and then they like spam the N-word and the F-word and just like a bunch of hateful shit, and it's like, dude, like, what are you doing? Like, those people, all they need to do is like Google me to recognize that that's ridiculous.
Happy
you know what I
birthday,
mean?
Old man streamer.
It's like the not so cute version of what we do here, where everybody says "pokey raid" whenever I raid someone. You know what I mean? And no, I'm not talking about Pepe D here. Okay, it's not. No, but there are certainly members of even the Destiny community that like will literally
Happy
sit
D-Day,
on
Bob.
every tweet and just like wait so they can like blast replies under it. Like, well, this guy's a fucking asshole. Look at all these clips. It's like, you know, some people do that. But it's mostly just like a 4chan op. Let's just say 4chan. Sometimes it's done for dollars to take out mods to put in new mods to shield products. What do you mean? Girlfriend Reviews follows you on Twitter and are big fans. Yeah, I love their reviews. They're fucking awesome. Yeah, I saw pics of people rating small streamers with hard N with your name, just like 4chan creeps. Yeah, exactly.
But what happened after is almost as frightening as the initial post.
The subreddit did not have any sympathy for us, but started to make posts, and multiple moderators commented in these posts saying she is lying through her
I read hard N and didn't even think about it. I think he meant hard R.
teeth.
And a lot of the conversation started going in the direction that we had fabricated this whole situation, meaning that we, in December 2020, created a user named The Real Roger Ebert, took a big poop all over The Last of Us 2 for 8 months, and then did this. So they didn't give us any of the benefit of the doubt that they gave this random, anonymous weirdo.
Right.
Instead, they did the opposite.
I wonder why.
And they continued the smear campaign he started against us for days, saying that we're just doing this for attention and that we need to do anything for clicks.
We need to
and
milk
whatever.
the sub for views.
Or
girl.
just saying horrible things about us. And so that's what really worried us, was that they doubled down. One of the moderators said the wording of GF Review's recent tweets could almost leave uninformed readers with the impression that we, all caps, were the ones harassing her, all caps, and sending death threats. Very annoying. That's exactly what's happening here. And this guy is spinning it to his members that it's the opposite. So we feel like we've been taking crazy pills, and this is why we feel like
Dude, if you go on Reddit, this does happen regularly,
so much.
where
Thanks
you
for helping me
unironically
get through farming my
30-minute
Bezos
video
box
crying
into
about a single
warehouse
subreddit.
Hasselhass.
Dude, I love this video possibly because it's so personal for me,
Happy birthday,
being
I
like a
just want
content
to
creator
say you
on the
quickly
internet.
became my favorite
But like,
online
I've
adult
had this
male
experience,
entertainer. Keep
and
it
it
up.
basically takes up your entire fucking life, where you're just like, you feel like you're gaslit. You're like, what the fuck is going on? Am I actually this person, the way that they're like presenting me as? And it's so crazy. Like, it's so insane because they do have the capacity to do that shit. Like, absolutely. I've gone through this before. I'm not even kidding.
we have to make this video because it wasn't just one guy who did something stupid and got caught. It's that a large community of people who already disliked us based on what we believe is misinformation were being led to believe by their mighty leaders that we did this, that we're somehow the villains in this situation.
Matt actually went into the subreddit and tried to communicate with these people.
To make light of it,
Oh, no.
I even said that we're trying to turn this
no.
negative into a positive by donating
Never.
to a charity that we thought meant a lot to the real Roger Ebert. And again, I was downvoted.
This whole situation is so...
Never do that. Never communicate. Never establish. Because it's only going to make it worse. They're going to downvote, and they're going to turn around and split or spin that to their narrative regardless. Another thing I learned far too late. Like, it's just they're blinded by pure emotional hatred at that point, and they will do anything to justify their point of view. It's like Trump supporters, you know what I mean? So best thing to do is like avoid it, you know, don't look back at it. Don't fucking ever bring it up. Because then they're like, it's like cancerous. They will literally stay around. They will stick around. They will watch your videos. They will try to fucking clip shit out of context to like vilify you. Luckily, they don't have a lot of, in most circumstances, like all they live on is Discord servers and Reddit. So they don't really have a lot of, staying power, and are in like super insular communities. So they can't usually go beyond that small framework of that small echo chamber that already fucking hates you, right? But they will literally latch on to any other like momentum to make it a larger did I say echo chamber? Echo chamber. Or ecosystem. Either works. But they will literally latch on to like larger momentums in an effort to. That's why like whenever someone shits on me, if you go to the subreddit, there's like a fucking 7-page dissertation on like a bunch of things, like a bunch of different like psychotic things about me, like every single fucking time. Where it's like, well, yeah, this all started back in like 2019, blah blah blah. Like it's crazy. And yeah, people have been using the N-word clip, like literally, dude. Like there's no way to approach these people. Like you can't do that. You can't approach them. You can't reason with them. Like think about it. There's motherfuckers that clip that me saying never again and like having a slip of tongue to say that like I said the N-word, you know what I mean? Like it doesn't even fit in the fucking sentence. It's like very clearly a slip of tongue, but like they're still using that in certain situations to be like, dude, this guy says the N-word. Like that's nuts, dude. That's an insane fucking thing to do. Slip of tongue in quotes. Yes, dude. I said never again while I was talking about like never talking to girls or something is a joke. And there are still people trying to tell you never pay your editors. Yeah, exactly. Like insane shit. Man, this chat seems to hate Reddit almost as much as Redditors themselves. Yes, because this chat is also a bunch of Redditors too.
Embarrassing and so stupid, and we hate that we feel like we need to talk about it. I would just like to say this really disrupted our lives. It was not a good time for us.
We had a hate mob growing based on some really serious accusations and a guy threatening legal action, and we needed to monitor the situation. Our production was put on hold, not to mention feeling the need to prove our own innocence.
Right.
Because again, the Reddit contact support is basically useless. We don't have agents, we don't really have lawyers, we don't have PR, and we had to put things on hold to monitor and investigate, and now make this video.
So to our fans who are not involved in this, and to the hundreds of thousands of people who didn't even know this was happening, we're really sorry that we made this. We hate this.
Yeah.
We really only ever want things to be light and fun and happy on our channel.
Yeah, we're not a drama channel.
But we do feel like we need to stand up for ourselves.
The last thing we want to say about this, hopefully ever, on this channel, should be said directly to the members of Are the Last of Us 2. We know that some of you there will never believe us, no matter what we say, and think that we are doing this to further discredit people who don't like that game. This is not about a video game. This is about protecting our personal reputations and our audience and everything we've worked really hard to create here. We ask that you please do not try to retaliate against us further. It's not—
No, chatter, you can't just ignore it, especially when your job is online. Well, the other problem is like there's always people, right? There's always people that will hear about it. Mod's already getting mad on the sub. Yeah, there's people that hear about it, right? And then they will come into this community and will literally just like spam it over and over again. They'll make fake accounts. They'll make sock accounts to keep spamming it over and over again, making it impossible to avoid. And the reason why it's impossible to avoid is because like now you have people that are your fans but like are just finding out about your content or whatever, and now they're hearing this like awful fucking thing that does not represent you at all, that is not even true, in the chat, and they're like, well, what the fuck? Please read my profile. I have good honest argument, no hate. What the fuck? Hasan, I respect you. What the fuck is this person, dude? I really like you and how good you are at debating, but these bad people shouldn't represent a lot of people who actually respect you on here. I have a good argument for you. I'm what? What the fuck are you saying, dude?
Not fair that Shelby and I feel scared to defend ourselves against these accusations because of what might happen on your sub next. Now that that's out of the way, we want to ask our fans for the first time ever, unless it was a joke, to like and subscribe and ring the bell and share this video. To end on a happy note, we have some big news. We've also never done this before. We started a fundraiser.
Yay!
We are personally kicking it off by donating $3,000. And if any of you would like to contribute, there's a link in the description. We would like people from both sides of the situation. People who didn't like The Last of Us 2. People who did like The Last of Us 2. People who want to see our heads on a stick. People who don't know what the heck is going on.
At least we all like animals.
So let's turn this nightmare into a dream for puppies.
That's right. Best Friends Animal Society is working very hard to eradicate kill shelters from the United States.
This is not sponsored.
No.
They have no idea we're doing this.
No.
We're just doing it. Don't forget to like.
Dude, shut the fuck up. Read the next paragraph. Like, you literally, I haven't written anything, dude. Please stop.
Leave a comment.
Subscribe.
Subscribe
Hit
and
the
ring the
bells.
bell. It really does help us in the algorithm and stuff.
And
We never ask you to do it. Now's a good time.
guilty.
Yeah.
That's it. Hi, Daphne.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
That was awesome. I really liked that. Did you like the game? I wasn't on Twitch when it came out. Yeah, I loved it. I thought it was a great game. That was really good. That was a really good analysis on the situation. Like that is what happens when